What's going on, everyone? It's Marsellis back with another video. We got to go over Bitcoin. Huge stuff is going on right now in the crypto market, so we got to talk about this. But first, please hit the like button and subscribe. It helps the YouTube channel out a lot, immensely for the YouTube algorithm. It helps me out a lot. So definitely leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you guys want to see next. And also check out the links in the description for a free stock with Robinhood, Webull, and Public.com. So let's get straight to it. So first things first, this little technical analysis we're going to do here. As you can see, we're coming here inside of a wedge pattern here with Bitcoin. So it's showing that we're actually inside of a consolidation period. And as we consolidate, we're about to break out of this. So we have a lot of resistance at $50,000. That's what we're trying to break. So we're about to first pass the 49,000, minor resistance that we have. And then we got the major resistance at 50K. So that's what we really need to pass here with Bitcoin. And after this consolidation, we will shoot out of the 49,000 area, give or take, get up to about 49,500 before we actually end up breaking that 50K area. So that's what we're seeing here in Bitcoin. And just from the looks of everything, it looks like we're going to break out of this consolidation in a positive trend line. But remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice, so definitely do your own due diligence. But I definitely believe we're going to be on a positive trend line after this. But anyways, Bitcoin's still holding some dominancy. Yesterday, we were at 44% dominancy. But today, we're only at about 43.7% in dominancy with here in Bitcoin, which isn't that bad. I mean, it is, it's a good amount of dominancy, right? So Ethereum is at about 18.1% in dominancy. So Bitcoin is still very dominant over everything. It's probably going to stay dominant. But anyways, we got 48.6K right here inside Bitcoin, $915 million in market cap, almost breaking that $1 trillion market cap. All we got to do is get up to 50K. And then once we get past that, we're going to be at $1 trillion market cap again. And once that $1 trillion market cap comes, there's going to be so much FOMO inside the market, so much fear of missing out. People are going to be like, whoa, Bitcoin's above $1 trillion. Bitcoin's above 50K, almost 60K. Because remember last time when we were at 60K in Bitcoin, it was about 1.3 billion, 1.4 or 1.3 trillion to $1.4 trillion in market cap. So give or take somewhere around there. Now we definitely know there's about to be a lot of big stuff going on in here inside of Bitcoin. So let's go on to the next thing inside Bitcoin. So this one's kind of outrageous. Now, Fidelity expects Bitcoin's price to reach $100 million by 2035. I'm just going to go ahead and debunk this and say it's not true. And they kind of already debunked it here. They say Bitcoin is not going to reach $100 million. That would give it a market cap of $2,100 trillion. The total wealth of the entire world is $418 trillion. So that's literally physically impossible. Remember, there's about 18 million, 21 million Bitcoins out there, give or take, somewhere around there. But it's physically impossible for Bitcoin to be at $100 million. Actually, it's financially impossible. Like, it's financially impossible for that to happen. Like, we only have 418 trillion in the world. Same thing with Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu is at 397 million or 397 trillion Shiba Inu coins. Yet people want it to get to $1. So that would make it $397 trillion. So most of the money inside of the whole world would have to be inside of Shiba Inu for it to be like that. 75% of all money inside of the world would have to be put into Shiba Inu for it to reach $1 trillion. So, or $397 trillion market cap, which would be at $1. So it would never reach $1. And they have a whole campaign going on saying we're going to continue to burn more Shiba Inu coins until we get to $1, but it will never physically and financially reach $1 because we'll never have $397 trillion inside of Shiba Inu. It's just crazy anyways. But let's move on to the next thing. So our next segment here with Bitcoin is this China crackdown. They're having more crackdowns in China. So China's crackdown on crypto slash competition for North American Bitcoin miners, and earnings are soaring to record highs. So really a lot of money is going through Bitcoin miners right now, especially inside Texas. Texas is going crazy. So yeah, China's crackdown on cryptocurrency mining gave miners outside the region tremendous opportunity growth. Second quarter earnings revealed that non-Chinese mining firms crushed revenues and produced more Bitcoin during the quarter. And the CEO of the firm said his market share grew in the quarter as a direct result of the China crypto mining ban. So big stuff going on here. Like, these Bitcoin miners are making so much money right now. So shout out to them for making all that money. Now I want to move on to the next segment here, which is this whole thing that's going on inside of South America. There is so many different things going on in South America with Bitcoin and crypto in general. So Bitcoin fever reaches Honduras with first cryptocurrency ATM. So now inside of Honduras, there's now crypto ATMs out there. So remember what happened with El Salvador. So now we have Honduras joining in on it. So The first cryptocurrency ATM in Honduras opened this week as Bitcoin backers sought to spur demand for virtual assets after neighboring El Salvador became the first country to establish Bitcoin as a legal tender. The machine, locally dubbed La Bitcoinera, however you want to say that, allows users to acquire Bitcoin and Ethereum using the local Lempirica currency and was installed in an office tower in the capital of Tegucigalpa, or well, G silent, so Tegucigalpa, however you say that inside Spanish, by Honduran firm TGU Consulting Group. So yes, this is big news right here now that we got these machines out here inside of Honduras. They got those crypto machines, and that's not the only thing going on. We also got this going on with El Salvador. Now, El Salvador right now is the life of Bitcoin. So how the life of El Salvador's people could change following Bitcoin legalization in 10 days. Now, the actual official legalization is happening in 10 days. So El Salvador is set to make history in less than 2 weeks when it legally adopts Bitcoin. Legally. So they already made it a tender, but now it's about to be legally adopted. How could the life of locals change? And that's what they're about to talk about here. So El Salvador will in 10 days do this. So El Salvadorians will find support. They'll find imports attractive. So because Bitcoin is a deflationary cryptocurrency and the oldest blockchain with the most of its limited currency already mined, and especially given the history of Bitcoin price since its inception in 2009, it's easy to see a future for El Salvador of steadily increasing purchasing power against these other current countries' currencies. So that's especially so given the rate at which most central banks are devaluing their currency. Hence all the US dollar that was just now printed into the economy. That's so many US dollars. And Venezuela, they're already heavily inflated. Like, anyways, while Bitcoin's supply is not only limited, but new coins are mined at a decreasing rate as well. El Salvadorians will find their currency suddenly buys them more when they ship from overseas, and they will realize they're suddenly a very affluent consumer good importation economy like the United States. So it's going to really help them out with their imports. The risk of embracing Bitcoin as a national currency for them. Let's go over this. Adopting Bitcoin as a legal tender puts us on a roller coaster. True, because Bitcoin is up, down, up, down. So one point, their economy is going to be doing very great, like right now with Bitcoin, and then their economy is going to be doing very bad at other points. So it's going to make their economy up and down. So that's going to be bad for them. But anyways, the foray into Bitcoin risk wrecking El Salvador's $26 billion economy. The indebted nation's central bank could be forced to spend hard currency reserves to buy Bitcoin if the value of the crypto asset traders and consumers rush to the safety of the dollar. So that's definitely a risk with them out there. So I do think it's a strong move for El Salvador. Let's see why they believe it's a strong move. So the government can't print its own money. El Salvador ditched the colon in favor of the greenback decades ago. If you don't know what the greenback is, that's the American dollar. That's what they have as their legal tender right now. So it's struggling to earn dollars. That's what they're doing right now. But it's going to help them out now that they're going to have their own currency, which is going to be Bitcoin. Now, there's also some pushback from El Salvadorians inside of El Salvador. They don't really want it there. So let's go over what's going on here. So Bitcoin law protests break out in El Salvador as Central American neighbors wait to see its success. So they say no a la Bitcoin. So El Salvadorians took to the streets to protest on Friday against the adoption of Bitcoin as an official currency, a move that made waves in June when lawmakers voted to adopt it as a legal tender. So the new crypto law would put Bitcoin on a level pegging with the US dollar, a move that has been criticized by the International Monetary Fund. So hundreds of demonstrators, including workers, veterans, and pensioners, marched through the capital, San Salvador, to voice their concerns about the use of cryptocurrency, especially if in the future it was relied on to pay for pensions and welfare instead of the US dollar. That's definitely a problem, because imagine Bitcoin goes all the way down to like 30K in the future after hitting 100K. Then people who put all their retirement money in when Bitcoin was worth 100K would only be getting 30K whenever they retire. That's definitely going to be very bad for them if that happens. But hopefully, actually not even hopefully, let's be completely honest, when they adopt it as a legal tender and they start to have it inside of their retirement plans, it is not going to be hopefully good for them. It's going to be bad for them when everything goes down. We always have bear markets in crypto, so whenever we have those bear markets, El Salvadorians will be the ones left holding the bag, literally. So I definitely see why they're protesting in the streets about this. because let's be honest, that's pretty bad for them. But they still have the choice to use the US dollar. Like they don't have to use Bitcoin. They can use the US dollar, you know. But anyways, let's move on to our next topic of discussion here with Jack Dorsey. So Jack Dorsey plans to build a decentralized exchange for Bitcoin. So, in July, Jack Dorsey announced the emergence of a Bitcoin focused business division at Square TBD that was focused on building an open developer platform with the sole goal of making it easy to create non custodial, permissionless, and decentralized financial services. But now, on top of that, they've kept going. Now, Jack Dorsey and Square have taken it a step further. Square's new TBD division is developing a Bitcoin centric decentralized exchange. So the platform will be accessible and open source, yet users will be able to fund their wallets with fiat currency. Big announcement right here. That's huge. DEXs don't have a centralized intermediary, obviously, because they are decentralized exchanges. So yeah, big news with Jack Dorsey here, CEO of Twitter and all that. Now let's move on to Cuba. More stuff going on with Bitcoin. So Cuba jumped on Bitcoin bandwagon, considers legal recognition. So the Cuban government, which has been actively reviewing possible ways of adopting cryptocurrency to overcome their financial struggles, has opened the door to Bitcoin. So the Cuban government has announced yesterday that it will recognize cryptocurrencies and regulate their use for payments. So the decentralized nature of cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin could provide a viable alternative for Caribbean island nation, so suffering under sanctions that crippled the usage of the US dollars. So socioeconomic interests. So, according to the resolution published by whatever they are, the rules for cryptocurrencies will set by Banco Central de Cuba, the country's central bank, that will also determine ground rules for licensing providers of related services within the Cuban market. So, this is their exact statement right here. They said the objective of this resolution is to establish the rules between of which the BCC regulates the use of certain virtual assets in commercial transactions, as well as the granting of a license to virtual asset service providers for operations of related financial exchange and collection or payments activities in and from the national territory. So they're going to actually start having exchanges come into Cuba, regulate them, let them come and operate inside of their island, so then they can prosper with their socio-economic interests. So big news here, made for fighting financial exclusion. Bitcoin is really going to revolutionize the world. Let's be completely honest here. Now, the last topic of discussion with Bitcoin. Bitcoin has no value, they say. People's Bank of China official announces further crackdown and says Bitcoin has no value. So over here, this is what they said. They say Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are not legal tenders and have no actual value support, according to the Deputy Director of the Financial Consumer Rights Protection Bureau of the People's Bank of China, Ying Yuping. So, according to a report by a local news outlet, People's Daily Online, Yu Ping said the cryptocurrencies are purely speculative assets. Yes, they are kind of speculative, but now they're becoming more a proof of stake and proof of work. So, I mean, it's not going to just be purely speculative now. Like, El Salvador, legal tender, Cuba, trying to make it a legal tender. We have, Honduras. Now they're having actual ATMs all around their place, all around the country. So I don't know what China's talking about. China just wants the China coin to be the biggest entity out there. Let's just be completely honest. They want anything that is blowing up and becoming big. China gets on top of it. They censor it into their country, and then they make their own version. They seen YouTube blowing up. They made their own YouTube, banned YouTube. They see Bitcoin blowing up. They make their own crypto, ban crypto. Like, it's a lot of stuff is going out there that's really fishy. So I'm not going to go over that too much. But anyways, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this financial advice. But if you do like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe, and check out the link in the description for free stock with the Robinhood, Webull, Public.com. You can get Bitcoin on Webull and Robinhood. And also leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you guys want me to go over next. I've been working really hard lately, and I'll be back with another video. Peace.